Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game War in the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my play by email match against Xargun. He's the Allied commander and for me it is the Emperor of Japan. This is scenario 1 on game version 26b. The 14th March 1942, I take the dot base north of Delhi. One less I have to actively conquer, so it saves some of my time, of my Navy Guard guys running from left or from west to east and north to south. This is India or British corvette, submarine hunter, west of Colombo, and I get here 2 hits, and these allied hits are often much stronger. Now this is a Japanese submarine trying to sink a standard cargo ship in the source of Perth. Somehow this commander is, I don't know, skillful in not hitting, or if he hit then he have a dot. So I must invest here more or less all of my torpedoes to score here 1 hit, but at least some surface shells will make sure that this cargo ship is going down. Yeah. This is this Dutch submarine. Was able to sink my first class destroyer, so I need to get some revanche. So I can score here some hits, but again I would say this kind of hits at least a dozen, or the submarine will not be in a really bad shape. So 3 hits is not enough. So more landings. I have only 2.5 weeks left with an amphibious assault bonus. After this is getting a little more complicated, more costly and slower. And still this support sub hunter groups, AMs. The Allies have a lot of AMs, Japan don't have them. They have all very minimum or very weak anti-submarine equipment. They can attack submarines, but I'm not so sure if they really are the best sub-hunter ships. Maybe they are better for escort duty. Yeah, anyway, it's Xargun's setup, not mine. So no Navy clash, now we are in the air phase. I try to monitor all potential air bases so that I get a feeling if Xargun is setting up his bomber fleet. At the same time I increase the pressure on Bendoing airfield. Make sure that there's no construction work ongoing, and burn slowly all this is supplies. I don't know if you have maybe 30 or 40,000 supplies there. But I have also no time pressure. We are already in the last 2 weeks of March. There's not much coming, I think, so I can take my time and finish off Bendoing. Then I will see where Xargun is acting and striking me. Then I can shift my 4 backup divisions to the location I really need them. Yeah, but nothing special here. more or less, Xargun is recon my positions at the border, North Borneo or Burma, and I do the same on the India side, so we know each other how strong is the other side, but no one is really reacting. So my submarine tried to get a revanche on this corvette, but no, and one more hit. So I guess this isn't enough, and I better call the submarine back. The second attempt to sink this Dutch submarine, again only one hit. Often this is still this Type 95, and even if you have the mod 95, this will not change the damage or the warhead of the equipment, so the damage is still low and you need always at least a dozen or more hits on the submarine to sink it. Only the Type 2 is really at least double the power, so I maybe need still only 5 to 10 hits to sink a submarine. So this will be now, this is a block force from Xargun. He's trying, I think, because this is all triple, at least it's 2 hexes, I think, are triple, this I'm not more sure. But it's not enough. Not sure if he's digged in if his fort level was 2 or 3. Most important is, I think, the defender was in the wrong op mode, or at least one unit, plus he's low on supplies. Low on supplies is, I think, mainly because he don't get any bonus from Burma more, and he have no, or I think, no low on fuel, because I also cut the fuel, so only the light industry is working now in China, plus a special supply rule in China. And for me it is light losses or no losses and only disabled, so a success. Bombardment here, only to burn supplies and pin him down. And now the final attempt to open the highway to Xi'an, and that was successful. So I get now 3 minor roads or 2 minor roads and a highway to support all my supply to Xi'an and the Lenchao area. Again, a lot of disabled, but that is fine. My tanks arrive already. I think the infantry is still on the way, and I can create additional losses on this already defeated unit. Hamilton, this is only a block force, they have no chance. I wipe them out, I walk over them, whatever you want to call it, and all is fine. And these are only dot bases. The Makassar garrison and base force is still fighting. Yesterday my shock attack, I think, was not so successful. Was yesterday? Or is this? I don't know. Maybe this is the second shock attack. Today I can disable much more, but I still cannot defeat them. And tough guys. Sometimes the Dutch are giving up immediately, and sometimes they won't fight really hard. Don't understand them. I only want peace, order and justice, and give everyone a new chance. And the Dutch can get a working license. Build some bridges in Burma for me. So there was not too much activity in the air. Equal losses. Ops losses, flag losses. The flag loss is often a kill. Yeah, I think 90% of flag losses is also kill pilot. Maybe even more. Ship, I was able to sink this one Australian cargo ship. It's nothing special, but it's a cargo ship. One out of many the Allies have. I think point wise I go still in their direction, at least 3 to 1, in better 3.5 to 1, something like this already. Maybe 4 to 1 will be the next goal. End of the month, maybe, we will see. Oh, nothing else here to find. No. So in China, I was able to achieve at least this victory was important because now I really the road is open. So there's a if I take later Lenshao, the oil and fuel can flow to the great industry areas in Manchukuo and Shanghai area. That was successful. The Chinese are now here in open terrain. I can maybe bomb them a little, but I'm not so sure if I mean, I can do this, weaken them a little more, but at the end, I not really have the need to destroy them because, again, if I destroy these units, they come for free back with much more than they have now in a better situation and position for Xargun. So trap them is at the end for Japan always the best. You don't get the points, but you get a better overall strategic situation in China. And once you conquer all the important bases, then you can destroy them. Then you can still get the points. So why rush? Xargun is moving near east, and for some reason I think my air force was. Oh, maybe they was flying, or maybe there was a bad weather. I don't know. They're still coming, and I try to catch up. But I also will bring in some. I have already two Chinese police force, and the tanks also arrived just this turn. So I think they make sure that I will not lose the base, and maybe they can drive over the Chinese a little. Yeah, the Mongolian stuff is here still ongoing. Linshao is only on the block. This is block. My tanks arrive and kick a little, but they cannot defeat them. But my division is on the way to help out. So the day after tomorrow I arrive. The day after tomorrow I get an attack. All the tanks are already so successful tomorrow that I can defeat them. The only, yeah, again, I talk about this already. The problem was only, and I think I forgot about this at this moment, is if I defeat these guys, there's very likely that they will jump to this hex and then they cut off my. Or then this alone will not cut off the supply lines, but then if the Chinese walking here in, then they will close here the supply line to this division. But again, it's not the super big issue. I have enough supplies to hold here sometime. I have already leveled fort level 2 and I'm nearly at 450 attack value. So the Chinese need at least 2000 or even more attack value plus supplies to feed the attack. And even at that point, my units will hold, I think, 2 or 3 turns. And if you are on open terrain, you will not lose your fort level. I mean, you can also say this. If my division maybe would die, and I take down 2000 attack value, I maybe not destroy them, but I can disable them all, would be at the end maybe even in my favor. Because the Chinese need long time to get this disabled stuff back. So second big battle was in the south. This is more important because the northern operation is normally already, it's only these 2 bases I really need, and this is all clean up. The next big focus point would be normally to drive here south and try to catch this city, because this will allow me to cut off Kunming in the long run. And then this is also industry and supplies, and this is normally the only way the British can bring supplies here. So if I take this city and block here, then it's really only Sichuan on its own. Anyway, and my new army group, the 13th army group, this is the next heavy hitter, is going in the central Changsha area to mess up with the Chinese. All of this army group is not strong enough to really fight with them, but I can maybe force Xargun to move and find a weak spot at the end. So Burma looks fine. We making pictures each other. I can sometimes see what he has and what he don't have. I see that there's some units moving here around. So for sure Xargun is building up here some border garrison or striking armies. I can see a bunch of fighters here. I need maybe new pictures from Calcutta and Diamond Port Harbor. Okay. I was able to pick up my unlucky Marine Navy Guard guys. Send them back to Singapore to let them rest and rebuild. And I simply now drive here this medium tank regiment. Medium tanks are strong enough to take on, I think, any Dutch unit, especially if you're fighting here in clear terrain. And I took already Medan. This is only a base and nothing more. There's nothing really super important, only Dutch units. Yo, nothing really here to talk. Bendoing's only under bombardment. If I keep damage at least around 10, then there's normally not a possible to build up any fort. I guess that the repair efficiency of this base is around that. I think maximum 20 damage is the maximum Xargun can repair per day. So if I create 20 damage, or if I have at least over 20 damage reported, because this is before the Dutch repair, so the Dutch already repair, I think the base is maybe now at damage level 3 or something like this, or 5. But if I keep it at 20, then there's normally no additional fort building. Good. And this Dutch forces are really hard fighting for some reasons. Picking up bases, picking up bases, picking up bases. Here's a Dutch submarine. I also catch up with this Australian forces again. Oh, everything is moving. Picking up here the dot bases around Nomaya is okay. I took Hamilton and no damage to the base. And I also arrive in Auckland, so next day I will have the Battle of Auckland. But in hindsight, I talk about about this. Good, nothing more. Everything else is fine. Okay, this is one guy I need to show you. Maybe this submarine? Yeah, so that guy consumed all his torpedoes. There's nothing left, so also the surface gun ammunition is low. So of course he must return to base. But he sunk at least a cargo ship, so I get something in return. Okay, then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.